Hello everyone. If you've ever wondered how to make your animation better, smoother, and more effective, and you don't quite understand how to work with animation graphs, then this video is definitely for you. Then let's go to After Effects and I'll show you how to do it. Here we are in After Effects. We have a simple animation here. This is what it looks like. So, what does this simple animation actually include? These are two keyframes, the first and the second. And if I want to animate this circle, I set the value on the 0 frame to 832.5 on the x-axis and 1080 on the y-axis. And I want to change its position from this position to, for example, another one. I set the values to 3008.5 and 1080. This is for the x-axis and this is for the y-axis. The y-axis doesn't change for me. The y-axis doesn't change for me because our shape simply moves in a straight line just along the x-axis. So this value does not change, but it will be a bit difficult to understand what animation is and how it changes frame by frame. So I've created a small diagram for you showing how our animation changes frame by frame. That is, if I turn on this animation, since our composition settings are 30 frames per second, we have 30 circles, each with its own position along x and y. In other words, to be a bit more specific, After Effects calculates the position along x and y for each frame of our animation. But depending on our animation graph, which we will discuss in more detail today, our animation will change its distance between the position of each frame. It will change the position of each frame. And since our animation is currently linear, meaning it has the same speed for each frame, the distance between the positions of our shape is the same. But if, for example, we select our two keyframes, right click, go to the Keyframe Assistant tab and choose Easy Ease or press F9. We will see that the distance between our frames has changed. This is because our animation starts with a slightly lower speed, is fastest in the center, and is slowest at the edges. Again, at the end, the speed is the lowest, so the distance between our shapes will be closer. And to see this a bit more clearly, you can go to the graph editor, but if we just go there, we won't have anything. So we go back, select the keyframes again, and only then do we go to the graph editor, which is our animation graph. And here we can see the graph of our animation. But there are two types of graphs, the value graph and the speed graph. In general, most motion designers usually use the speed animation graph. Here it is presented to us, but if you want to use the magnitude animation graph, you can click anywhere in this area, right click and switch to the magnitude graph. But today we won't be discussing it, so let's return to our speed graph. And if we analyze this graph in more detail regarding our animation, we can notice that we have approximately more than 3000 pixels per second, but our speed starts from 0 and ends at 0. This is the beginning and the end of our animation. That is, our animation starts, and we see that here it already gains speed of 400 pixels per second. So in one frame it covers 400 pixels divided by 30 in total, and that will be our speed. In pixels per second, that is the distance that our shake manages to cover. In the shake, our speed approaches almost 3300 pixels per second. And because of this, we see that due to the relatively high speed, the distance between our shape changes. This is just basic easy ease animation and you won't use it that often. So we need to figure out how to learn to manage this animation graph. For this, we have two key positions, this position and this one. And to change our animation graph, you can simply select one position here and drag this slider to the right, for example. And we can see how our animation changes in relation to how we move our graph. And if we also change the right side, and if we play our animation, we see that at first the animation is very slow, and here it is just incredibly fast. And in the end, it again finishes very, very slowly. This is how our animation graph relates to our animation itself. But also besides this, we can change not only our animation graph, but also the starting and ending positions from which our animation will begin. That is, the initial and final speeds. To do this, we will press 9 to return to the initial value to our initial graph. And we can simply select one position and, for example, drag it up. And we see how our animation is already changing as well. That is, our animation will start at 2938 pixels per second. That is, it will start very quickly and will end mega slowly. For example, if we want our final position to end even slower, we can take this second position, hold Shift, and simply pull it to the left. And we see that our animation starts just mega fast, and it ends very, very slowly. This will be the animation. I hope that in today's video you learned something useful. If so, please like and subscribe to the channel, because I know that most of my viewers are not subscribed to me, and this will motivate me a lot to make more such useful videos. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.